Moving into the world that I'm moving into, I'm going to give you my top five. I think tomorrow I'll give you my Big Ten basketball index. It used to drive all you Sparty fans nuts. My college basketball top five. It's very fluid right now. Purdue got to be number one. They won't be number one today. Purdue won't be number one today because they went to Rutgers, and a kid, I love it, Ron Harper Jr., knocked himself in, not a half-court shot, but the deal, knocked in a tough shot. And they ended up rushing the court, and next thing you know, boom. Number one goes down. All right, here's the deal. The top five teams in the country, I'm going with number five first. Number five is UCLA. UCLA lost a game to Gonzaga, whatever. College basketball hasn't seen an undefeated team since 1976. I keep telling you this. Problem with UCLA is they're putting a new center in there, Miles Johnson. Problem with UCLA is that it was a good feeling story, but they had the summer to hear how good they are. And next thing you know, you struggle a little bit. Now, they've lost one game. They're fine. I like UCLA, and I like their team, and I'm a big Jaime Hawkins fan. Number four, Purdue. Yeah, I know Purdue lost. Yeah, I know Purdue yesterday struggled to come back against the North Carolina State team that was hepped up to play at home. One thing people don't understand, in college basketball, how difficult it is to play on the road. Like, I never coached or played college football, but college basketball, man, you get on a court and all of a sudden that court seems this big on the road. All of a sudden, guys that you thought were little are huge when they play on their home court. It's unbelievable. So Purdue lost on a last-second shot at a hepped-up rack. Rutgers supposed to have a good team, didn't have their best player, Geo Baker, so it's a bad loss. Don't get me wrong, particularly if you're the number one team. But remember this name, and this is pretty cool, a lot like Jamal Sneed. Travion Williams. Travion Williams came to Purdue from Detroit, was not recruited by Michigan State, was not recruited by Michigan because he was 6'10", about 400 pounds. He was big. 400 might be too many, but he was really big, like 350 big. I remember watching him as a freshman, and he couldn't jump, couldn't dunk hardly. Well, Purdue does a great job with bigs. They got this kid in shape. He is among the best passing, if not the best passing big men in the country when he doesn't try to be cute and do all that. But here's what makes Travion Williams my favorite player in college basketball. Travion Williams plays 20 minutes a game. And as we sit here right now, Travion Williams is the Big Ten's most valuable player, the most outstanding player in the Big Ten. Now, there's a lot of good players in the Big Ten. You'll learn the name Kofi Coburn, Trace Jackson Davis, E.J. Liddell, Jaden Ivey on his own team. There's really good ones. But this kid is an inspiration. This kid is absolutely the guy that every coach wants on his team. Salute Travion Williams. And in fact, yesterday, Travion Williams said, no, we ain't losing to North Carolina State. He put them on their back in the second half, did what he does, and Purdue won. I'm a big Travion Williams fan. Number three, Gonzaga. Now, Gonzaga may be the most talented team in the country. I mean, they got big, they got guard, they got Chet Holmgren, this freshman kid. They're really good. All right? They're really good. But you know what? They lost a game, so we're all supposed to lose our mind. I got no problem with Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga is good. I know that once a guy gets in trouble because like Mark Few this summer, every fan's going to be on their ass because, of course, all you fans out there that sit around hunt and peck on Twitter all day never got in any trouble. And the first thing you want to do is call somebody else out. But I digress. Duke. Those Dukes can be booze. Look, the Coach K Love Me tour is going swimmingly. I don't even know what that means. Can somebody look that up and send me a text? Or can somebody look that up and send me, what does going swimmingly means? It's like hand over fist. We're making money hand over fist. I don't know what the hell it means. I don't know. But I do know this. I do know that Duke basketball is having a hell of a year. And I know that, I say this all the time, what Mike Krzyzewski is doing is not easy. But I'll also say this. You saw what happens when teams go on the road. One of the reasons that I'm not all 100% in on Mike Krzyzewski is I think Mike Krzyzewski, frankly, kind of used the system. Mike Krzyzewski, he doesn't play on the road unless it's a Big Ten ACC champ or a game. He plays in neutral sites. I don't know. He uses money manager. I don't know what he does, actually, but I know everybody moves to Durham. Their daddies and mommies move, and, I don't know. I remember Jay Williams telling me about the luxury car. I just don't like it. I mean, I'm in the family, but I just don't like it. Duke's last time out, Ohio State beat him. Duke is still a rush-to-court team. What does that mean? Hey, you rush to court. Look at this. First road game that Duke played all year. Now, they played a couple neutral sites, and it's the only road game Duke's going to play. Hell, you give me my Bowling Green teams. You let me play 10 home games in the non-conference season, I'm in the Hall of Fame. We were lucky to have 3. 2, and then maybe, just maybe, a Division III team before Christmas. This guy here, you give me Duke's schedule? Shoot. I don't know if I'll be on the first ballot of the Hall of Fame, but I'll be a second ballot Hall of Famer with all this. ACC stinks. Duke, I like their team. I do. I don't always like Duke's team. Dickie V and everybody likes their team better. Banchero, you're at Duke. You might as well just play. You don't worry about academics, apparently. You don't worry about discipline. You just play. He's a nice player. Moore, I think, is a terrific player. Keels is very good. I like Duke's team. Duke's the second-ranked team in the country. Number one-ranked team in the country, and frankly, it may not be close, is the Baylor Bears. Everybody expected the Baylor Bears to go down. Baylor Bears? What the hell? Did you see? Did anybody happen to watch yesterday? Now, I know it's tough. It's very tough on a football Sunday. Baylor held Villanova. Now, listen to this. Villanova is the sixth-ranked team in the country. Scored 15 points in the first half. Baylor wins 57-36. Holy hell. Baylor's 9-0. Baylor might go undefeated. Be tough at Kansas. But Baylor is damn good. Now, look, I know that people initially did not like Scott Drew, and that's fine. But all Scott Drew did was retool his lineup. Get a bunch of guys in there like Mayer, who didn't play much last year. Brought in Okino, who's quit every school that he's been at. And, all they did, their backcourt got 26 of the 57, and away they went. Baylor just plays defense, seems to have fun doing it. Salute, Scott Drew. The Baylor Bears, if you'd have told me 10 years ago, that Baylor would win a national championship, then come back the next year after losing pros and be number one in the country, I said, I don't think so, man. Where's North Carolina?